Meg 2, The Trench, is out in theaters, sequel to the 2018 film where Jason Statham fights an enormous shark. In this one, Jason Statham fights multiple enormous sharks at once, and that is all you need to know. Well, maybe not all. I do have a couple of genuine observations. First of all, I don't think I've ever seen a sequel which is, to this extent, identical to its predecessor in terms of the narrative structure. When you look at the plot, it is essentially the same movie again. Opening scene, Jason Statham is introduced as a badass diver on a dangerous mission. Act 1, Jason Statham and the rest of the people in the film go for a scientific research dive with the use of submarines to the trench where prehistoric fish still live to this day. Act 2, things predictably go wrong, Jason has to save everybody, and Act 3, absolute mayhem ensues on the surface as the sharks get out and attack a crowded beach, which Jason now also has to save. Again, it is remarkable. All of what I said just now fits both movie 1 and movie 2. So, are there any differences, you might ask? Yes, the second film goes for more, for louder, bigger, and more absurd in every single aspect. Some of it doesn't work. The film is about 15 minutes too long, and especially in the first half drags a bit. There's a bunch of time devoted to the opening scene with Jason being on a mission which is completely unrelated to the rest of the plot and has no bearing on it. A lot of the time is also wasted on 3 separate human villains who, let's face it, nobody gives a shit about before we get to the proper action. Thankfully, when the film does get to the action, it fully becomes what it should have been right from the first one, which is essentially Fast and Furious with sharks. The laws of physics are thrown to the wind, logic does not exist, and the movie starts its final act by Jason literally jumping the shark on a jet ski, and things get crazier from there. It is balls to the wall insane, and I loved every minute of that final stretch. It is over the top, campy, and fun, and boy is it entertaining. It's like a wild carnival ride. I like the humor and the comic relief character DJ. Excuse me. I liked how none of the characters are really fazed by all the insanity that is going on, which adds to it in a certain way. I liked the mayhem that ensues towards the end. I really burst out laughing at a scene in the second act where Jason Statham has to go free diving at the depth of 7,000 meters. Yes, you've heard that right. Free diving, without any equipment, not in a submarine. He's just swimming there. And one character asks beforehand, wait, aren't you gonna get crushed by pressure? And he says, it doesn't work like that. Which is absolutely hilarious, considering the fact that just weeks ago there was this famous media incident where the billionaire-filled submarine was getting crushed by the ocean pressure at about half that depth, and proving that things indeed do work exactly like that. But I think that scene is a perfect sort of example and microcosm of what the film aims to be. It deliberately throws reason out the window at first occasion and proceeds to have insane levels of fun. Is it stupid? Yes, absolutely, the stupidest possible. But is it also very, very fun? Yes, if you know what to expect and you know what it's going to be going in. I did, and I had a blast.